Hey, what's going on, everyone? Um, for all those who may not know who I am Reverend J. And this is my show. Let's talk about it with Reverend J and Joy. I am the host, and my co-host Joy.
Hey guys.
And you may think we look alike because yeah, and that is true. She looks like me.
He looks like me.
She is my little sister. And we came up to the show because we just like to talk about things. And one of the main reasons why we have the show is because we have some very interesting discussions. And so one day we decided, let's bring this online and just talk with everyone else and laugh about some of the crazy things that goes on in the world. So we got one of those shows tonight. But before we begin, I want to introduce some of my guests here. My wife Tracy.
Hey.
And a special guest, Dr. Minister Isaac.
Hey everyone, how's you doing? You can just call me Isaac. That's great.
And also Salveda. Salveda, right?
Yes, sir. How you doing, everyone?
Now, as you know, you probably see me on another show called Breaking the Silence, and this one that's Lady V's podcast, and they also probably co-hosting with her on that show. We have such great conversations. So I said, you know what? How about you guys come on my show for this week? Because we have a very, very good, interesting topic to talk about this week. Also, before I begin, I'd let you know, we are going to doing some very interesting things. One, while we're here to entertain, we also just want to educate. Also, just want to help each other out. As you know, I'm an entrepreneur. So again, I understand the challenges of advertisement. So I want to help you get more exposure in your business. So we're going to be starting an email blast where you can be a part of, get your business viewed by people in my network and other people who are part of the Let's Talk About It group. Also, we're going to be doing another thing called we're gonna be giving you something called Ask Reverend J and Joy, where if you have any need advice for like sex, love, relationships, you can just email us at let's talk with Reverend J and Joy at gmail.com, and we will respond. Matter of fact, we're also making it interesting. We'll respond live. We will keep your name anonymous, but we want to help you because sometimes, based on some of the stories I be hearing, you just may need a little help. So we're going to start that because part of my goal of doing this is just to inform people because sometimes you don't know. And I know while we out here having fun, I know everybody deep inside wants to succeed. And, sometimes a little bit of advice can go a long way.
Very true.
Let's not belabor the moment. Let's get into the show. As you know, there's a video going viral about a woman who was getting angry at one of her baby daddies. You taking a drink? At one of her baby daddies for bringing his child McDonald's and not bringing the rest of her children McDonald's. Of course, Joy told me about this and showed me the video, and I said, "No, Joy, everybody's talking about it. It's going viral. You know what? We need to do a show about this video." So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that. And matter of fact, one of the reasons why Isaac is on the show this evening, he said, "No, Josh, Reverend J, I have experience with that." I said, "You do? Perfect." Guess what? We're gonna have a show on Thursday at 9:00. You're welcome to come.
You sure did.
So Isaac, you see the video? Did you see the video?
Yes, I did.
So what was your thoughts about the video?
Okay, so initially, I saw the video that the Shade Room showed, where that they just showed him. They showed the father pull up with McDonald's, and then you could see the baby mama commentating about, look here, look here, look here. He just gonna bring food for just his son, but he ain't bring nothing for the rest of my kids. Mm-hmm. And so immediately I was like, so you're criticizing a father for being present. That's first and foremost. The father is present for his child, and you are criticizing that. So then I saw how that she argued because of the fact that he brought food for just his son. Then I had my comments then, and I had my thoughts then. I was like, okay, so this is a father that's first present, a father that's actually doing something for his child, and he's been criticized negatively for that because he didn't do something for other kids that are not his responsibility. And then later on, I saw her full video of her trying to explain what was going on, right? Mm-hmm. Man, then
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
Okay, so really? Okay.
Now, what was her explanation about this?
Oh, dude. Well, first she was trying to justify herself for going off on him and said that, that while that we were together, he took care of the other children too while that they were together, and which is fine. If you are in a relationship, we understand that if you are to have children, as a man, I accept the fact that you have children. I come into the relationship with you, so your children are going to get those benefits because you come as a full package. Yeah. We fully understand it, especially when we know up front. So I'm pretty sure that he accepted the full package. Then they had a child together. The youngest child is their child together. Something happened to the relationship, so they broke up. So then she wants to go about and talk about how that he can come over and I get the cookies anytime that he want to, but he don't want to take care of the other children. Oh yes. She put all her business out there. So I was like, first and foremost, you upset because of the relationship is not there, and he's taking care of just his child. Then you're upset because he's not taking on the responsibility of taking the responsibility for the other children, which are no longer his responsibility. And then you upset because you allow him to come and get the cookies whenever he feels like it.
That's what you're mad about. Now you what you made it.
Exactly. But then when you look at the full essence of the video, like I am a critiquer, and Saveda can tell you I critiqued videos. And I ask her, Saveda, did you see that? And she'd be like, what you mean? And I'll bag up like, you didn't see that right there? And she'd be like, wow. Like we was watching this movie, and I critiqued the whole movie. I said, did you see the extra green screen right there? And she's like, no. Then I showed it to her. She was like, wow. Right? So, but in the first video, you can see her nails are done. You can see that her hands are nicely manicured. And in the video that she did, her hair is flawless. Her makeup is flawless. Her nails are flawless. All that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, you're upset with this man for bringing his child food, and you said your other children are hungry, but you just spent all this money getting yourself beautified.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's crazy. See, I didn't know that she was still getting away the cookies. See,
but I
think that's what she meant. I think that's why. Look at the kid.
I'm still getting it. Well,
yes, exactly. So, but then in my situation, so my oldest daughter is out of wedlock. So, and ironically, her mother had another child. So, his father died. So, so when I would go and pick up my daughter, she would ask me, "Can you pick up Corey too?" And I was like, "No, why am I picking up Corey? I came here to pick up Ty." Because I literally would take Ty on any vacation that I went on. I would take my daughter on any vacation that I went on. And so Corey would feel bad because he could not go. And at this time, I was married now. And then Corey and my son are the same age. They're literally 2 weeks. They're 2 weeks apart from each other. So then Corey, and I understand Corey did feel bad because his father died, and then he did not get to see his father be active in his life like I was in my daughter's life. So one time I did take him on vacation with me. But then I told her, I said, I can't do that anymore because you're not giving me any money. Like you didn't give me any finances to, to take care of Corey while he's on his vacation. So honestly, so I was like, no. So, and anytime I did something for my daughter, I did it for my daughter. I didn't worry about
okay.
Corey. But also, I think the essence of it is that you have to know the mother that you have children with. And so I would always go to the house and I would pick up my daughter and I would take my daughter with me. Either way it go, it's a lose for the other children. Because I can come there and I'm just gonna spend time with my children. Or I can come there and I can pick up my child. So it's a lose for the other children regardless. So what I think you should be angry at is the other fathers that's not as active as this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Joy, what's your thoughts about this whole video thing?
I thought this was trifling. And the fact that she threw you don't have no money. The girl said, my food stamps don't hit to the 7th. And I'm like, girl, and you gonna throw this Happy Meal or this burger? You should have went there and cut it up and did something. Broke up the meat and made some pasta and threw some spaghetti sauce on it. Did something. You don't know where no food. Your stamps don't hit to the 7th. But I thought it was trifling. First of all, that you would put this man on blast. And what she said, he does this all the time. He buys his son food all the time. So I'm thinking, oh, so it's not like this is just a once in a, this happens once. He does this often because he's probably you're not going to cook or you're not going to make his child something. The child probably went to him, was probably like, Daddy, I'd be hungry. Mommy be in there doing her hair and nails and on the phone. And he was just like, all right, I'll make sure you get something to eat every day, which is good. Now I believe if she called him and was like, hey, if, can you pick up the other kids something to eat, and if he had a few extra dollars, do McDonald's still have a dollar menu? Or no?
No, they don't have
dollar something.
They don't have a dollar menu no more?
A little something, not like it was before.
They got bundles.
Yeah.
Well, I would have picked up a bundle or something. If she asks nicely.
I think 3 cheeseburgers like that for $3.
I'm supposed to $1 cheeseburger.
I think so.
Did that. He could, if he had it. We don't know the man's finances. Mm-hmm. But, and I seen that a lot of women probably were like, yeah, I feel like that man should have, you don't treat kids like that. And I understand that point. But I don't see no baby mamas during Christmas time going to pick up your baby father, all his other kids' Christmas gifts, because your kids gonna have, and you want to like, oh, well, let me make sure that your kids got Christmas gifts too, because I know mine's gonna have some. So no baby mama doing that. No baby mama when her stamps hit on the 7th is gonna be like, oh, baby daddy, I know you probably have your other kids the other weeks. Do you need me to pick up on anything to make sure they have food when they're at your house? No baby mama's doing that. And no man expects a woman to call you to ask about your other children. I know, don't call me and ask me, because if I wasn't invited to the party, I definitely don't want to be invited to nothing else. Kids. You was at that party, you and her, y'all figure it out, But I think realistically, unrealistically, women have like these expectations of men, and especially like if you giving him your cookies, first off, girl, you giving him your cookies and all he giving you is buying your
McDonald's.
son. He's not even buying you McDonald's. It's for your son, and you giving him cookies for maybe a $10 meal. Girl, your lashes and wig cost more than that. Off the bat, that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna be giving out the cookie, at least be getting enough money to pay for all your other expenses. I mean, he should be able to give you money for groceries so that you could be tied over until your stamps hit. Something. She doing it all wrong. I don't understand. I was just like, oh, this is all tore up. Like this woman, she got the game twisted.
Yeah, I think she had no right to get mad or start throwing food. I mean, if I'm like this, again, I don't have no baby mamas or other kids. I only have one child, which is mine. But I'm like this. I'm like if I'm going to buy another man's child some food, it's gonna be my choice, and it should be my choice.
Yeah.
At all. I'm like, and if I don't do it, you can't get mad. But if I do, I do. You should act. Matter of fact, I'm like this. How about you call the other baby daddies up and tell them, give you like $5, cash out me $5. I'll put the food.
Well,
Exactly.
I thought maybe one of the comedians made a joke about it, and it was very, very funny. And I totally agree with him. She should have fed all her children, for one. But before that situation even came, two, if he was in her life before and assisting with the other children, to be kind, I felt like maybe he should have gave her a few dollars to get everybody something to eat in that case, meaning instead of bringing one meal. Now the one meal situation, that's like enticing the children to beg. I thought that was wrong regarding the children, but it is not his responsibility to take care of somebody else's children. So, but for me as a woman, I lost all respect for her. I do not stand for a man or a woman to put their baby mama on Front Street. I don't care what's going on, but for her to videotape that, I think she just wanted attention. And that's what I thought was wrong. And at the end of the day, she made herself like a bigger fool, because you sit up there and you sleeping with this man. You sleeping with a man that cannot provide for you and your children because you are a package. But on the other hand, when it comes to the man, I felt like that we do not know what his income is, and that could have been.
We know one thing: he can't afford to hold the kids.
that could have been his last $10, and then today he was just trying to make sure that his child was fed. So she was wrong across the board on so many layers. And then to top it off, you complain about a man taking care of your other children when you got yourself split to the T. Like I said, your wig is together, your nails is together. That's enough to buy you a month full of groceries if you're getting bundles, depending on who you're going to.
Yeah.
Your money, his money, plus some cookie,
Exactly. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's a dry desert down there before I sleep with a man that can't help me and my children. Which
I know that's right.
My children. Rev, you're a Rev now. You know I'm very direct. But no, I just say, oh my God.
But Savannah, I agree with you, because she tried to gaslight him in a very negative way, and it backfired on her.
Yeah, it did. She was so wrong all across the board with that. I do not feel sorry for her whatsoever. What it made me do is actually, if I had the ability to contact that man to see what his situation is, because for me, I felt like she's using her cookie to keep him in the picture for whatever reason. And he could be one of them type of men where the cookie keep him, together, going back and forth. I don't know, but she was wrong.
Yeah.
Tracy, so Tracy, what's your thoughts?
I agree with everybody. I would have to say, for one, what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. So even though they're not still together, she shouldn't have put the business out there, because one day the kids might look at this and, they'll look the kid looking at their father like that. So that's number one. I didn't see all of the video, but speaking, like, for example, I'm an auntie. So I have some, godchildren, one godchildren from one family, another godchild from another family. They have siblings. So for me, if it's Christmas time or whatever it is, I would feel uncomfortable just bringing that one child something and not the others. So let's say our budget is, let's say $500, we're going to split that rather than just giving it to the one child, because I'm a softie for kids. So I don't want the other kids to feel left out. So back to this story, like we said, we don't know what his budget is. That might have been his last $10, $20. So if he cannot afford to give all of the kids something, maybe take that money and go buy groceries, or maybe split one meal and split it that way. Because incident with myself, when I was younger, a relative, they took me and my cousins out to eat, and I guess they couldn't afford that much. So let's say one kid got more than the other two, got more. So I'm like 40 something and I still remember that. So even though adults, we understand, but kids don't understand.
Yeah.
So I always look at it that way. So you don't want to make kids,
I think she
feel
just
left out.
wanted attention. I think she just wanted some attention on social media, because I'm sure that's not the first time that man has did that. She's been with him. She knows what's what. I think she just wanted attention. That's just all it is. She made sure she hit that beauty shop and that nail shop before she responds.
Exactly. Man, and I think it ain't too often that I, get emotionally about things, but being a father and then knowing that being a responsible father, let's say that, being a responsible father and seeing this guy being a responsible father, no matter how minute this is, it means tons to that child, and for you to ostracize him like this is just completely crazy. And that's the part for me that made me feel for him, but also it made me cheerlead him a whole lot more than this chicken head going off on it.
No, and the crazy thing about it is, I think this happened more often. It's just that this is the first time we're getting ready, like really because I've known people who've had children, and the way they treat their children's fathers, I don't blame them for not coming around. It's sad, and it's sad. Sorry, I feel sorry for the children, but men don't want to have to go there and have to be like, oh, well, you doing for this, and don't let them get a girlfriend or have another baby. Then it's like, oh, wow, this is this, and I'm gonna put you on blast, and a lot of men just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you, and unfortunately, you got my child, so I'm just gonna leave off the scene. I'm not saying it's right, but I do understand. Yeah. But I also believe that it's part of us to like kind of know who you about to have children with. My thing is, I'm sure you had to see, if she treats him like that, she had to treat the other three baby fathers that way, which is probably why they're not picking up their child in the McDonald's, because they probably already speed off. They were like, I don't want no parts.
Go ahead, Ozzy.
No, you go ahead.
I also felt like, we don't know the whole story, but I also felt like that, did he pop up with a meal for his child just to be able to see her? Because I considered that as well, since when she revealed that.
No, because remember that she said that he does this all the time. She said that he does this all the time.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, she did say that. Okay, never mind.
I think the challenge that they're still sleeping together, but they're probably not in a relationship. So she's probably still thinking that just because she's giving away the cookie, she still get relationship provision. Because let me tell you something. There's a difference. If we're in a relationship, you get my full provision. If we're not, hey, you gotta fend for yourself.
hey, look at this, right?
I ain't working for nobody for free.
Hey, I remember all these, I've watched some series of Showtimes, sitcoms and everything, and how that these wives that have been married to prominent entertainers or whoever, right? And they said that when that divorce happened, all the benefits were taken away when the divorce happened too. So it actually shows you. So it ain't no more private planes, private jets. It ain't no more first class service where that you don't walk through the airport security, where you walking through the executive terminal. Like all that is now gone. So all that. So how is it that you expect to have the same benefits of being in a relationship when you're no longer there? And I gotta look at it. Saveda is probably one of the matter of fact, she is someone that I call the epitome of what a mother should be. And I gave her that title before even knowing her full story, because I saw and I could recognize the motherly the motherly love that she has for her children. So, and then learning later on, that she is the type that that took her child support and used it properly. Unlike some people get all this child support and they use it for a whole lifestyle change, but then even mine, I look at how that my daughter's mom took me to court for child support when she was getting more money when I wasn't on court ordered child support, and when she took me to court, she got less money.
Oh wow!
Hey.
Well, I guess if someone else was to look at this, I wonder if they would say, when a person go through a divorce and they lived a type of lifestyle, some people are awarded with that same type of lifestyle, even though they're not married to that person anymore. You have to take the trophy wives out here that are marrying these millionaires and billionaires and stuff. Well, when they get a divorce, guess what? Ching ching, they cashing.
Yeah.
Look at Dr. Dre's wife and the rest of them. Like,
I know.
And for me, I'm looking at them like, I cook, I clean, and I still ain't got a ring. And it's so, but you can take the surgery bodies, the men who, and typically they're older men with money. You already know you paying for that. I don't know why you think that young thing is going to stay with your 50 plus
right
butt. That you got to look at the age gap. You know what I mean? So she just waiting on that cash out day. It's coming.
Yeah.
And so when from what I've seen in the media, because I don't know, but from what I've seen in the media, I mean, these women are winning, and I'm talking about millions a month, millions a year for the lifestyle that they used to have. So you got to look at this situation as well. I mean, he was taking care of the children, like she said. When they was together, why do you have to stop?
Because the relationship is over. So okay.
But she probably because y'all still having sex. See, that was the benefit of being in a relationship with her. You was getting a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, Joy. Watch this, Joy. How many children do you have, Joy?
I have one.
You have one. Okay, so we're together, and while we're together, I do things for your child because of the fact that we're together. If we break up, do you expect me to still take care of your child the same way that I was if we were dating?
If you still getting the cookie, you gonna take care of me the same way you take care of me.
Girl.
But if I still give you the
But okay, so you are giving me so look, we are providing each other mutual benefits that we are providing each other without being in a relationship. I feel that when the relationship is going, you get every single thing that you are entitled in the relationship. If the relationship ends and you still want to have sexual benefits, then that's what it is. Sexual benefits. Yeah, I may give you some money here and there, or you may do something for me here and there outside of the sexual benefits, but you can't dictate to me that I gotta take care of this now because the fact that we're having sex. Because then you are then doing exactly what Lady V just said. You're weaponizing your child against me.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be using a child. But I don't believe I'm not going to lay down with no man. And it's just like, oh, well, we just friends. We're going to just play patty cake after. No, bro. You got to maintain. Anything you get in part of, you got to maintain. Ain't nobody going to let you move up in their house. And you be like, oh, I ain't going to pay no bills. I want to live up in there. I want to eat. I want to sleep. I want to turn on lights. And everybody just like, so same thing with me. You ain't gonna just be using me and be like, oh well, I just want to leave after this, or you gonna have to maintain. You want it.
That's right.
You gotta pay for it. You gotta make sure you take care of it.
For me, I will not. For me, at 45 years old, I am at a point where what is the purpose of us sleeping together? I mean, like I can please myself. I like to say something else.
Hallelujah!
This 2022.
For me, as I get older,
you may better record nice.
This is so much more important when it comes to the connection.
Yeah.
The intimacy. The intimacy starts for me when we wake up that morning, whether we live together or we live in separate houses. How does that day go? How does that week go? You know what I'm saying? I cannot be at chaos financially, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case may be, and then you think you finna come lay up and get the cookie. No, she gonna be dry as a desert. I'm gonna be there laying there like I'm 70 years old. I don't want you to touch me. No. That don't work. And I don't mind you. Now you can bring me a McDonald's meal because I like a number 7 in a minute. 2 things. However,
yes, she does.
However, I go by how a man treat me, and that's why I can sympathize with this gentleman. I don't know neither part of the story, but I do know this. If that was that man last $10, all he was trying to do is feed his baby. I love him for that. He's trying.
Yeah. But Josh, so if you were sleeping with a girl, so y'all saying if y'all sleep with someone, y'all don't give any benefits. Y'all just
I like Joy. I like Joy.
Okay, Joy. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me go back to my teenage days.
Let me tell you what I would do. If I was sleeping with a woman and she had the kids, and my kid was there, I would try to, bring food for everybody. Now, if I didn't have money, I didn't have enough McDonald's money. These days, McDonald's is a lot of money.
So
it's a lot of money for me. Kids. and we don't know we don't know the age of the kids, so that's a whole other story.
They might want 2 number 7s.
Yeah, right. So I personally, if I could help it, I would not bring my child any food that I can't feed the rest of the kids. That's just me. Now, what I would have done, I'd have said, we need to get some groceries in here. And, and again, so I'm sure, look at this, and I'm sure that this is not the only time her WIC money ran out.
Exactly.
So again, she can't get, she has to stop getting mad. Well, I'm not sure who she getting the money from, if other fathers or that guy. But again, hey, mom, you're responsible. You should pat that guy on the back for taking care of for feeding his kid. Now you need to be responsible and make sure, if you know how he is, come on, women, if you know how he is, which we know how these men are, he's not gonna bring the other kids no food. So make sure your money lasts.
Yep. Yeah. Instead of getting your hair done all the time, your nails done, your makeup, all this expensive clothes, save that and put towards the kids. If you get your hair done once a week, maybe get it once a month, or you got to improvise. You got to.
Yeah, but I can imagine the amount of food stamps you get for 4 children.
That's probably
I can imagine, right?
Because, back in the day when I was in the military, and because if you guys didn't know, back in the day, if you were in the military, you could not get food stamps back in the day, or you couldn't get a WIC. Let's say it correctly, WIC, right? So they did a program back in 2001 that allowed military to get WIC, and the amount of stamps I got for 1 child, I can imagine what she got for 4.
Yeah.
So why are you running out? Why are you running out? That tells me that you're selling them. Exactly. Exactly. And then no, V, it's not the fact that men are broke. I think that sometimes we as men get fed up being used all the time. Now, granted, they were both benefiting sexually because she told that they both benefited sexually. So if we, we dated, and I think we all have been there. We say back in our formative years, we've all been there where that we broke up with somebody and the sex was good, and we was like, look, because I know I've done it. Sex is good. Look, I still want some of that. So let me get all up in here and let me get as much as I can free. Let me get as much as I can free. So look, hey, and I ain't gonna lie. Hey, and yes, I did it too. So look, let me shame. Look, tell the truth and I shame the devil. So yes, I did it too. As much as I could get as free, it was free. But I, but I can just see this as in that the guy may felt that just because the fact we're still having sex, you still want me to do the things that we're doing. But I'm not coming here to sleep. I come here to quit it, and I leave, and I go about my business. And probably now, when I come over here to quit it, all the kids sleep anyway. I'm just call it like it is. Just call it like it is.
No, I agree. I think sometimes, again, me personally, I'd have made it clear, we just doing this thing. We just have sex. We're not in a relationship. So let's make that clear. If that was me, I'd have made that clear. I guess he probably didn't make it clear. I don't know, but because she probably expected that since she gave him the cookie, he should still be helping out with the kids when they're hungry.
You realize that most women, if they give you a cookie, they expecting something in exchange for
something
that
in
cookie.
return. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is why men, you have to make sure communicate. Clear. What's deal going to be?
Deal or no
Set
deal.
the expectations up front, huh?
Now say, you may have been afford the cookie.
Say something. You can buy Savannah a house, a Rolls Royce, all that. But if you mistreat me, guess what you ain't getting?
That's right.
That means nothing to me because I've never had someone treat me with respect, honesty, dignity, love me for me, you name it, all the free stuff. I've never had it. But have I had men that will buy me the world? Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. And I've never took it for granted. I appreciate it 100%. However, I am judging by the way I am treated. I'm too old to be worried about materialism, and I'm too independent. Now, don't get me wrong, my income is lower than it used to be 3 years ago because I'm a nursing student. I'm a full-time nursing student, so I work part-time now instead of full-time. However, I've never, ever in my entire life until now, and outside being a child, depending on anybody else but self. I raised my own children, and we were not on the government assistance program. After the age of my oldest being 13 years old, after that, all that was dropped. So I've always been a hardworking woman. Am I very independent? Of course I am. And I love that. Do I need a man? Yes, I do. Do I want a man? Yes, I do. What do he have to bring to the table? More than his penis. Do we have to have a large bank account? No, he do not. He just need to be stable. That way, if something goes wrong within the home, we can come together and make this right. But yeah.
Well, I agree. I totally agree. I think I go back to my comment what I said earlier. I think she was mad because she was giving up the cookie, and now he was not willing to feed his child plus her other kids. So,
Isn't it the same thing with men? If they're giving women stuff, not all men, but some men, if they're giving a woman this and taking her out and buying her diamonds and all that, aren't they expecting something in return?
Yes, we are.
I would say it's kind of like this situation. She was
question now.
But you gotta make it clear. You make it clear. Communicate.
Look, women come in off the back. Well, I'm not gonna say all women. A lot of women come in off the back and feeling that they are entitled to a man's pocketbook, and you are not entitled to that man's. Did I say pocketbook? I mean wallet. You are not entitled to that man's wallet. Period. You're not entitled to that. And I've always told women it's a lot easier for me to see the need and give it to you and naturally provide it for you than you to come to me and ask for it, especially when you have mismanaged your funds. So ladies need to understand, a true man that's in a relationship with you is that he see the needs that's in your life, and by him seeing those needs, he will naturally do that for you naturally. And I've always said that you should be able to recognize the increase that come into your life when a man is serious about you. And I've always said that in 30 days that you should be able to see increase into your life when a man is serious with you. If you don't see that increase in your life, then that means that man is not serious with you, because we are providers, we are protectors, we pray for you, we protect you, we do all this. But a man that has vision, a man that has purpose, he brings increase. And you are the incubator, and because you are the incubator, every single thing that we give you, you multiply and double it and make better anyway. So if you're not seeing that, then why are you allowing yourself to be in positions that you should never be in anyway?
Because those are the type of women who cannot afford the lifestyle that you are providing. So they're gonna ride that coattail till they can't.
No, but it's not even it's not even about this. And I know that Rev J can fully understand and get me with this. When a man sees you, when he see you, that means he's into you. He doesn't care about your financial status. He wants you to provide at your level. Do it at your level. And when you do it at your level, it makes us better regardless. But then you also got to be a woman that's of substance. And just like you said, Saveda, a woman of respect, a virtuous woman. You have to know your own worth. You have to have standards about yourself. You have to have those. And unless that you have those, we have the authority to walk all over you as much as we want to.
I agree. A good man is not, don't want to have to take care of a woman. He want to be able to add to a woman, which means that she can take care of herself. But then again, like I said, that
Well, what you
if
mean
a good man
want to take care of a woman? What you
say
mean?
again?
What do you mean he doesn't want to take care of a woman?
Come
What you
on,
mean?
Joy.
And in a sense that that woman, that if as long as she's able, she can do for herself.
Right.
Like a good man, like a good. Let me tell you,
What's a good man, Rev? What's a good man?
healthy,
Let's get to that. Let's
a good healthy man and a good healthy woman. The man can take care of himself, and the woman can take care of herself, and they come together, and they take care of each other.
How, Rev? Tell me. Please tell me what a good man is.
See, look. Let me say something. A good man will take care of you in more ways than one. Honestly.
You just said a good man, he don't want to take care of you.
I can name right now
What?
that is taking care of a woman 100% and ain't worth a damn.
Say that again. Say that again.
What's
Ain't
that?
worth a damn in a relationship. I know I can name 5 men right now who are fully taking care of a woman 100%. 3 of them don't even work. They got the world.
Whoa.
Financially, they're taken care of.
How can be a good man and not work?
No. She's saying the women don't work. The women are taking care.
None of them. They don't have no part-time job. They don't do nothing to make sure the house is clean.
And why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they say they're a good man.
Let me tell you.
That's what I said. What is a good man? Because
me personally, working is not about the money.
True.
And when a person works, they learn, they grow. When I'm working, it's not just about the money I make. It's about the experience I get. So as I get experiences, I become more mature. Me personally, if a person not working, there's gonna be some type of deficiency in that relationship, because if they're always at home and the guy's always going out getting more experiences. Now, look at this. And sometimes, me personally, I wouldn't want that deal. If I ain't have a job and my wife worked, I would still get a job. Why? Because I want to make sure that I want to let her know that you don't have to take care of me. I'm a grown man. I'm a partner with you. And I believe that a healthy relationship is about partnership, not about one person.
I agree, but I would like for you to tell me what a good man is, because what I was actually saying is, even though these 5 women 3 of them do not work, my point is this right here. the men really do take care of them. That's no lie to tell. They
Okay.
take great care of them. However, the man ain't worth a damn. He cheats. He
Of course.
lies.
Of
So
course.
that's what I'm saying. What
Yeah, you wanna know why? You wanna know why? You wanna know why? You know why? In this world, money talks. And guess what? When you have most people are still in marriages because they can't get out. Hollywood.
Let me say this. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that. And
Okay.
let me tell you the reason why. I see where Saveda is coming from, which means this. Because I have the financial means to take care of you does not mean that you should allow me to walk all over, that you should not allow me to walk all over you. However,
That means nothing.
those men and those men have a character flaw. And I'll say this about myself. I once had a character flaw too. It had nothing to do with the woman that I was with. I allowed situations to cause me to jeopardize my character of who I was not. So those situations and being being angry of such, I jeopardized my own character. The woman had nothing to do with that at all. That was all me. So until you are able to recognize, until the man recognizes his actual character flaw, because watch this, we recognize it up front when we do wrong. We do wrong so often that we forget what right looks like. So, and let me say that, and that's man or woman, but since we're dealing with the man, I'm going to deal with the man part. We do wrong for so long that we forget what right looks like. In the moment that right slaps us in the face, when we forgot what that looks like and it slaps us in the face, we have a choice. And that choice is to correct it or to continue doing it.
What
Point blank and simple. So,
Isaac.
but forget you, Savannah. So, but I do believe is that when we get to the point in our lives that we forget that people come into our lives to actually correct us. I will give Savannah the biggest credit ever for helping me with my character flaws, for helping me in when I was in the most hurtful part of my life. Because as I told her, I was to be a blessing for her, but truthfully, she was a blessing for me.
It's static in here. I hear static. So
Yes.
Don't have me to come through this computer and choke you.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not saying. I agree. I don't think a man should have the right to cheat just because he's paying for everything. No.
exactly.
I'm saying
Or to
that.
mistreat a woman.
I'm saying this. I'm saying this.
A woman can pay for everything herself, and he can still cheat. So
No doubt. But
So true.
But again, if one person is taking care of the whole everybody's livelihood, that's a lot of stress. So you gotta ask yourself, the woman who's not working, ask yourself, gotta go to this man, ask him, how you doing?
But not only that, Rev, I'm gonna take it a whole nother level. I feel some type of way to be buying my man a gift with his money. What type of mess is that? Like, who does that? That
I
makes no
would.
sense to me.
Joy said me. Joy, really, Joy? Joy said me? Hold on. Joy said me. Oh my God. Joy, really, Joy? Okay, hold on. Joy, but you are married, right? You're married, right?
No, I'm not married anymore. But I'm with
Okay.
my man, and he takes care of me.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me say this. Because when I was married, there was a period that my ex-wife did not work. There was a period. We were at a position in our life that she didn't need to work. And the position that God had us in was for her to go and finish her degree during this period. We were debt free, and it would have cost us more for her to work and pay daycare for our son versus her just staying at home and just taking care of him herself and then just going to a school. So I can feel what you're saying, that it's that in that instance it's okay to take your husband's money and to buy him a gift. But but then watch this. I believe that when we have a 2-income household, that we should.
He said it's our money.
Yes, true that. It is. But then I do believe that once you make it to a 2-income household, eliminate debt first and foremost. Eliminate that our debt. Then get to the point to where you live off of one income, and then you can do so much more with the other income. You can save, you can travel, yada. However, have that you, but get to the point to where you have a vision and a goal for your household, and how that you're going to use those finances. Because I truly believe that in 10 years, if you do it correctly, 10 years you can set yourself up for life if you do it correctly.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, but the guy that I have, and he's an amazing guy. I pray for this man. Thank you, Jesus. Because when I have priors, some of them you have mercy. I guess God was like, let me give us something on the back end of this, all this foolishness. And he has in mind, he's the old school kind of guy. So his thing is, you know what, babe, I'll take care of all the house expenses. You use your money to, take care of maybe any things that you need to take care of, clear up and handle. And that's what I do. And by the grace of God, but that's just who he is. That's innately who he is. He used to be married. He was married for 20 years. She was a nurse, never had to pay no bills. He took care of everything then. But that's just who he is. And I believe that there's some men who that's who they are. My father did that with my mom.
That was my father too. Yeah.
Look at this.
That's me too.
Like that.
Look at this. If I had all the money in the world, I was still, now don't get me wrong, my wife's on the call. Don't worry about it. We already talked about this. So
uh-oh.
That's be a doghouse. I don't have no doghouse. So if we have all the money in the world, I would still want my wife.
One thing I want to say before you have to say what you have to say, I've always worked, you know what I mean, before I even knew Josh existed. So I came from a household, my mom worked, she went to college, my dad worked. So I grew up watching, dad and mom come together with their money and build together. So so I've heard stories like Joy, what you had said and everybody else had said. So each family is it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Unique.
So I'm definitely one to work together, to build together. You know what I mean? So go ahead, Josh.
So let me so again, like my wife said, every household is different. This is I guess I'm a new generation guy, because I would want my wife to work. If we have all the money in the world, I would still want to work, because working is about growth. It's not about money. It's about you again. If they say a body that stays in motion stays in motion, I believe everybody should be moving, active, doing something. I have a vision. She should have a vision, and our vision should come together. Money. Let me tell you, money makes this world go round. And again, at one time in life, you can be doing well. At the next time in life, you can be struggling financially. So again, you both need to have skills. So in case things go down, you guys are still able to survive. And let me make a point. If a man stayed at home, all the women in the world will be up at the Supreme Court,
dogging him out,
trying to make a law that a man should go to work. I don't think it should be any different for any woman. That again, you should be productive. I'm not saying you need to make a lot of money, but productive. And guess what?
But you're saying that just because a woman doesn't go and clock into somebody's 9 to 5, that she's not growing. That I know many of women who have successful husbands.
I'm not saying 9 to 5. No, I know. Look at this. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes,
I'm in a group with women. Look at this. I'm in a group of women who don't have to work. But guess what? They out there. They start on businesses. Why? Right. Because their children are gone, and they have now they want to do something with their lives. I believe more than money. It's not about money. It's about you being you. You being the best you for you. And I think by working and by doing, you learn more about yourself.
Well, you be you without an income coming in and see how far that's going to get you.
Yeah, right, yeah. and guess what? Now again, let's say you have to ask your own man. If your man is taking care of things, it may not be that stressful for him. In a healthy relationship, I think both parties should carry the load of the stress of the household.
But you're
Agreed.
talking
Now,
about
now, but
financially.
also,
Women who are at home. I seen my mother, and my mother kept her house was always clean, so clean. My father, I never had to watch my father cook a meal. My mother would pick out my father's clothes the night before, put them on his armoire. My father did, when my father came home, my father had, my mother would bring his food to him, plate to him. My father would go into the bathroom in his secret place, sitting there for hours while my mother continued to get us together. The women are doing things. It's not as though women who stay at home.
But again, she had money coming in though.
Aren't.
She had money coming in.
Well, yeah.
okay. Hey, now look at this.
Her lifestyle.
So
Are you saying
money
money
line.
that she was getting? What kind of money was coming in?
It was
She wasn't working.
Tracy, if my father left my mother, we would have been in projects. Put it like that.
Look at this. But my mother always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but she wouldn't leave her job until she had a way to bring some money, because she knew that there's a 13-room house that my dad had to pay for it, and she helped pay for it. So again, it wasn't like she's at home.
She helped pay for it.
She had money. She brought.
Gosh, Dad used to give mom
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Money.
This world runs on money. I'm telling you, don't get it twisted.
For money. But what I'm saying is that you can't downgrade a woman's part in the marriage.
Who downgraded a
True
woman?
that. Joy, I agree with you on that, Joy, because I saw, even when my ex stayed home for the first time, those 3 years was hard for her. It was hard for her. But then she had to learn how to readjust her time and her schedule being a stay-at-home mom. So it is a full-time job. Shucks. I'm a daggone empty nester, and I still gotta clean this house regardless. So shucks, it's hard sometimes, and sometimes you don't want to do it, but you got to do it. Yeah. But let me say this. This is where I feel where Rev J is coming from. Is this? I said I had a friend. He spoiled his wife. He didn't allow her to work at all.
Oh wow!
But then he got to a point that he overextended. He overextended himself, and he asked to help me that I need help. Mm-hmm. He was working 3 to 4 jobs, and really he was working himself to a death.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. Now his wife was fully capable of working. Now, granted,
wow.
She was accustomed to this lifestyle after daggone 12 years of being a stay-at-home mom. So I think that she got accustomed to like, hey, this is the lifestyle that you provided. She forgot that when your man comes to you and say, hey, I need help, that's the time that the help meet comes in and say, okay, let me relieve this stress from you and let me take on some of these responsibilities so that the overextension that happened, we could bring that back and we'd be back in a safe place. And she just refused to actually do so.
Wow.
So what happened from that is, what happened from there is that this man became disgruntled. So then he got to the point to where he's like, look, I'm out here killing myself, but then you're willing but you are fully capable of helping me, but you are refusing. So, but they end up getting a divorce over that.
That is something to divorce over.
I can agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rev, I have to ask, what is so different about when you have men who take care of women who ain't worth a dime? They do not work. All they got going for them is their beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And
to the men.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, all that woman has going for her is her beauty and what's between her legs.
Okay.
And what's between her ears, meaning her mouth, not her brain. So what's between a man taking fully care of her, don't complain or nothing? It's my baby. This is my baby. That he buying her the finer things in life with no complaints. But then he'll go over here to Susie Q, who's hardworking, who's loyal, make sure he's been fed, make sure he's been sexed, make sure he's okay, make sure he's healthy. You name the whole 10 yards, not 9 but 10. And he always complaining about that one.
Well, let me tell you why. Because you know why? Why? Look at this. He's not saying something. He may want to.
Say that again. You went out.
Look at somebody. Yeah. Though he
Was that everyday hustling? Everyday I'm hustling?
Yeah, every day I'm hustling.
That's my, I begin it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And that's a good picture because people don't understand that. He had a wife at home. He said, "I'm gonna take care of you," but emotionally and physically, he's tired. Men get tired too, and guess what? When a man get tired, he may not say I'm tired. He can go to someone else where he can lay his head and get some rest. And
that's right.
Wrong, but look. I'm telling you, this is what happens. It happens. So again, that's what I'm saying. That some men, and if your lifestyle is okay and you're messing up, I got this. There's no stress. That's good. But I say this: you need to check with the person you're with and ask them. Can you handle this by yourself? Because some men will say yes, but they really can't.
Right.
That's true.
And again,
Rev, come on now. That listen, my sister didn't work till she was about in her 30s. Now she almost 60 years old. If I tell you my sister kept a house, a car, food, clothing, at a young age, I thought my oldest sister was
She
rich.
used what she had.
So my point is this right here. She had me in her life as I
She
was
used what she had.
and I was like, I know she used what she got to get what she want. I know she did
yeah.
that. However, what I'm saying, none of the men ever complained at all. But then
because that's what they wanted.
They didn't complain to her because they're getting satisfied by someone else.
You said what now?
no.
They
Yes. Okay.
Hold on a second. Were they cheating? Were they cheating on her?
Huh?
Were they cheating on her?
Not that I'm aware of. I used to look at them like.
Now hold on. Give me a whole back. Like this whole list. Okay,
No, I've never known any of the guys that she's ever dated to cheat on her. She was always treated like a queen, like no joke.
She married?
She changed
She
her
married?
life.
Nope. Nope.
Say it again?
She's married?
No,
Nope.
no. She's not married.
Okay.
Okay. She's not married anymore. No, she's not married anymore. She's single. But when she changed her life around, then she don't do that kind of stuff anymore. But my point is this right here: that vagina can only do so much.
Oh, no doubt. I'm telling you.
It all depends on how good that vagina is. Now, let me tell you. Hey, let me tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna tell it like it is.
Mr. I paid for some vagina.
So I have never paid for some vagina, but let me say this. Savannah, and I know that you and I know this to be true because you and I had a conversation about it. Is that most of the time when a man cheats, he basically seeks what he's not getting at home.
Yes.
So
whatever. Hold on. Whatever he's not getting, and I'm speaking of this. I'm speaking because I do know that there's different reasons why men. Because some men cheat just to be cheated. Period.
Yeah.
But then I'm talking about a man that cheats for a reason. Most of the time he's seeking what he can't get at home, and sometimes that is just simple conversation. The simplest conversation that he's been asking for at home that he can't get at home. And I think that women overthink us. They overthink us instead of sometimes just asking what we want. And let me give credence to that. Sometimes when you do ask what we want, we don't communicate exactly what it is, because then there are times that we feel that if we gave you our honest truth, how that we truly felt, that then sometimes you would feel that we are coming down on you. No. You ask for my raw, but if you ask me for my raw feelings and I give you my raw feelings, you have to be able to handle that. And sometimes women are not able to handle that, and that's why God told us to speak with you with wisdom.
Well,
that's why God told us that.
Well, God just spoke to me. He said, "Bring it."
I'm telling you though, some men are just are macho. They're not gonna say anything wrong, and they won't. And they don't want to tell their woman that, oh, I really can't do this. But they go somewhere else and find like I heard many stories where the man having trouble at home, he won't talk to his wife, but he'll talk to a female coworker at work.
Yeah.
Because,
all my friends are males. No lie today. I don't want them. Now I will say this: they ain't none of my type. That's probably why I ain't never tried to make a boyfriend. But I will say I've always been able to communicate effectively with guys versus women. Now I thank God I've met a few women in my lifetime that are dear to me, but for whatever reason I have a connection when it comes to conversations with men. But I just think the world will be a better place if men would say, look, you're not my type, I don't want you.
No, because then that would make them, you wouldn't give them nothing what they want.
Oh yeah,
men, you wouldn't give them what they want, which is ultimately what's in between your legs. Men will stay around, and I've seen men deal with some women that he was like, bro, what you doing? What you doing? But I understand it's the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the course.
I don't think it's a game sometimes. Sometimes it's not the game. Okay. Saveda has our witness this.
What? I'm not going to hell with you, eyes.
Hey, I have. Let me say this. My mom has called me a fixer. Why did she call me that? But I understand that. That's just the nature of who I am. I will try my best to make any situation better. I try my best to make any situation, unless that I'm forced. If I'm forced, I will revoke on you like no other if I'm forced to do something. So, but Saveda asked me one time, it's like, why did you stay in this relationship? Why did you stay in the relationship? Because she went into you like that you was into her. So why did you stay?
Oh, you Captain Saver.
Oh.
The sanctuary for skin.
No, I'm not the Captain Saver. Hold on, I won't say that one. I won't say that I'm Captain Saver. No, it's just no. I try my best to make situations better. I try. It does not always work. I can admit that it does not always work. But Saveda has showed me so much. Because being married for 20 years, being married for 21 years, and then you got to start back over dating, the whole world is different. The world is different out there. Yeah. And she has schooled me on so much, and I give her credit, and I would never take her. I would never take that away from her.
But you didn't see the red flags?
Say it again, Joy.
Did you not see the red flags?
Say what? Huh? Okay, so.
Just like, oh.
Listen,
no,
red is the devil's eyeballs.
Oh, see,
see, and I think men like that, you in the back of your mind, I think you in your mind like, oh, I'm gonna change her, I'm gonna make things better. The same way a lot of women who attach themselves to men who are just toxic, and they're like, oh no, I'm gonna get them and I'm gonna change him. It's like, girl, you ain't gonna change him.
Baby, let me tell you something. I ain't never in my life before meeting Isaac seen a man in the flesh behind a woman. Let me tell you something. This big mongoose woman here that he told me. I didn't know.
I'm getting off the show. Bye.
I was looking like I don't know. Hey, even my children.
Did she say big mongoose? You don't date no big women.
Hey, you listen. Let me tell you something what my children said. My children said, Mama, let me see Isaac's girlfriend. This has been about 2 years ago now. They said, send me a picture. So she was over here one time and I snapped the picture. He said, is she bisexual? Is she gay? I don't know nothing about that girl. But all I know is she must have had a wolf piranha down there because this
what?
nose was wider than my hips. Do you hear me?
Really?
Wow.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
This woman ain't even into you. But I'm gonna tell you what got it. This is what Isaac loves about women. He loves a highly intelligent woman. He loves a woman that has a good figure coming in yearly. I can say
Oh,
that
okay.
because he is a very educated and successful man. So when he's looking to date, he's looking for someone to match him on that level. And you can cook, clean, and wax his wings. And he doesn't give a damn about that if you ain't together in those two categories that I just named.
And that no happened that's like a whole different show, because what people must understand is that what makes one man happy or one woman happy may not make the other woman happy. Each person, you need to find out what makes it happen, ask yourself, can you give that to them? Or or work to try to get that to them, because that's is what they're looking for. And but again, hey.
I think sometimes also.
So, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Why is what men are gonna have to do is that y'all gonna have to stop doing this. When your woman mess up for whatever reason, and then you might go to a social bar, you might even go to church, and you hear another woman speak on whatever, and you intrigued by that, and then you comparing her to your woman.
What do you mean mess up? What do you mean mess up? What do you mean by messing up?
You might be aggravated at your girl because she asked you to take out the trash. Whatever case may be, she nagged. You feel like she's been nagging. And instead of going to the next woman and impressed with what she's doing, won't you speak to your girl and say, hey, this is what I think you should start doing, or do something better with yourself, whatever the case may be. But don't try to look for your woman in another woman.
Agree. So, it don't happen. But tell you the truth, again, most men are not good at communication. And when you find a man, you have to work with that man to get him to the point where he's actually comfortable with telling you the truth. Because a lot of men don't want to tell you the truth. You have to get them to that point. And because women, let's be honest, if a man really told you the truth, your first reaction is that you're gonna be hot. Women, you can out talk a man. You can out talk a man.
I think if women spoke up and told truth to men, I think men would also get upset as well. I think it goes both ways.
I disagree. I disagree.
Women have no problem letting men know.
A man know exactly what he's saying.
Right, but I think depending on the man, depending on the man's personality, because some men are laid back, but some, I think if you tell the truth to certain men, I think they'll get highly upset, just like you're saying women will.
No, I agree. I will, but I'm saying, women, you're the one saying we should talk more and tell you the truth. But the reality about it, again, if we tell you the truth, you initially get upset, and it takes a mature man and a man that has been working on himself to know that he's going to tell you something, and you can get mad, but you eventually will calm down.
I don't know. Savannah has said things to me, and I just had to face the music. I'm telling you, hey, look, I just had to face the music when this child had said something to me. Look, Savannah be giving it to me raw. You hear me? She be giving it to me raw. And I'd be like, God, why you dealing with me like this? But guess what? Though? Honestly, it's very healthy. It's nothing maliciously in what she does and how she checks me about things that are things that I just need to improve or just simply change in my life, right? But when I say that she's raw with it, she's raw with it. Period. Point blank.
I don't think, but that's because y'all don't sleep together. A person that you sleep with, a woman, if a woman that you sleep with, because Savannah, she's your girl. She's your sister. So it's like, okay, I could take that. Like, I could talk to Josh and I could tell Josh some stuff and be like, Josh, you know what, this and that. And Josh is like, oh, that's Joy. That's my little sister. I guarantee you, Tracy can't say the same thing.
No, Tracy, no. Let me tell you, no,
I know. I'm saying like he's like his friend. You're his friend.
I say it, but I say it in a wife way. I don't say it like
right. You can't come out raw.
So I say it in a nice, respectful way, but get to the point as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that, Joy, because Saveda and I have opened the floor up to each other to be that raw with one another. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to agree with what Josh said. It took us growth to get there, though.
Right.
Just like that.
Get my point across with him. That's been 3 years.
Now look, y'all see how she is. She said she is. You see how I just gave her all that credit, and she want to take it back. Okay, I'm taking it back.
Hey, he won't let you talk.
So no, but I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about when there are some topics we didn't have some rough. Some topics that I'm like, look, get out my face. Get out my face. Close the door. Bye.
Let me ask Rev something. I'm gonna tell you, I have dumbed myself down when it came to guys, like for them to feel like they're teaching me something, and I be thinking, let me tell you something. Like I sit back and be thinking like, no, okay. And the whole time, I either know how to do it, I know the answer, but for him to feel the bigger man, I dumb myself down.
See, that's low down and dirty.
Women do it all the time.
Men, I do it too.
But this next journey in my life, baby, I'm gonna light him up.
No, you got. I am not dumbing myself down anymore.
That's good. No, I agree. I think again, you should live in your truth and share your truth. Again, both parties need to learn how to deal with the truth.
Yeah.
And and again, of course, now when you marry, it's a different story than when you're dating. But when you marry, you got to learn
before you speak.
Yeah, but again,
Tracy?
The problem is not with the women because women. Yeah, women. But again, the problem is not with the women because women know how to tell a man what she likes, what she don't like. That's not the issue. The problem is with the men learning how to be willing to share what they want, what they have a problem with their woman. But I agree with Joy that it's easy to talk to somebody you're not in there sleeping with, you don't have no feelings for, because you're not worrying about the repercussions. But as soon as you are in the committed relationship with that person and you have feelings for that person, you don't want that person to leave, and you don't want that person to hurt. But
you got to learn to grow. Everything that they want to say to men. Let me tell y'all guys something. Let me let y'all in on a little woman's secret. The stuff we tell you is not even the real stuff that we have on the inside. You don't hear what they say to the girlfriend. We tell you the stuff that we feel like you can handle. Now, if you can't handle that, just imagine the truth that we got on the other side of that.
Well, tell me the truth.
Okay, so look. Now look. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. This is gonna trip y'all out. This is gonna really trip y'all out. One of the main reasons that me and my ex-wife got a divorce was because of the lack of communication. There was something that we dealt with that we dealt with. I felt that there was a conclusion to it, in which when we talked about it, everything was open. I say everything laid out on the front street. So happily, about 4 years later, she felt some kind of way about it, and she wanted to revisit it. And instead of revisiting it and say, hey, that I want to revisit this, and this is the reason I want to revisit it, she was withholding, right? And it got so frustrating. When I say frustrating, because I would ask the question, hey, what's wrong? Look, you are acting out. I don't know. I understand why you're acting out. What's going on? Be on family vacation. She blew up. It would just be these outbursts. Like, what's going on, right? But we truly want to hear the truth. We truly want to hear what you're feeling. We truly want to know every single thing. Because I always say The only way that I can be better, the only way that we can be better is by us being honest and upfront about what we're dealing with, no matter what it is. Now, I agree with what someone said in the comment is that there is a way every woman should know how she can go to her man and tell that thing that she need to say to him. And I've always said, if you don't know how to, if you don't know how to disarm your man, then that means that you're not in tune to your man as much as you think that you are. You should know how to disarm your man, just like your man should know how to disarm you.
Very true.
Well, not even disarm. Again, you should get to the point where you guys can have a open, candid discussion about how you feel.
But
I think if a woman's going to talk to the man has to see if the woman is going to the man and discussing whatever it is, then the man has to realize, understand what she's saying. Sometimes a woman might say something to a man and he might turn it back on her. You know what I mean? So,
okay, Tracy. Let me ask you, Tracy. Let me ask you this question.
Hey, we got 10 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up in 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Tracy.
Yes, sir.
When you really have something to say to Rev J, when you really have something to say to him, and you're coming from your heart,
right?
You know exactly how to go say that, right?
Do I know exactly how he's going to answer me?
No. Do you know? You know exactly how you know exactly how to approach him when you got something on your heart. It's from your heart, and you want him to hear your heart. You know exactly how to approach him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Guess what? That same approach can be done with anything that you want us to hear. And I think that women forget that we are very simple. We're complex but simple. And you have the tools. We even give you the tools on how to come to us. It's up to you to use them. And I told my ex-wife, I told her 5 things. These are the 5 things that you can do to me. You get anything you want. These 5 things. Don't ever forget these 5 things. Before we got a divorce, I asked her, I said, do you remember the 5 things that I told you that you can do, that you can get anything out of me that you want? Anything. 5 things. You can do any one of these 5 things. If you did all 5, it's amazing. She could not remember not one of the 5. So, remember, whatever it is that you want to say, that same technique that you know that works when it comes to that, it works for everything. I promise you.
But see, I think that's a good point, though. You know, again, and again, both works for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, a man should know how to approach his woman. Especially when it shares heart, he should know what he needs to do. And then again, women, stop criticizing how a man communicate. You say you want to communicate, but then you criticize, oh, I don't like it when you do that way. You should be glad he's communicating.
Well, if a woman is speaking to him, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, Rev, if a woman is speaking to him, her feelings about some hurt and pain that he caused in a relationship, and he's putting the blame back on her, that's going to be a problem. Hold yourself accountable for your actions, especially black and white. And when I say black and white, I'm not saying it don't have to be a text. It don't have to be on paper. I'm just saying it's proof in the pudding that you screwed up. Don't flip the script on her and gaslight her.
I agree.
No mess. And if you are a true man, you are going to correct the actions if you want a healthier relationship with your woman.
Well, again, and that's what both parties. You know, again, when a person comes to you and they're telling you what's wrong, you gotta learn how to take it and say, okay, well, it's wrong, and because guess what, you're not perfect. But again, you know, and likewise, women, if a man say, no, what, this is what I really want. You know, don't get mad. Just take it. Just bend it in grit and just say, okay, and work at it. Yes.
I think in relationships, I think a lot of times when people go into relationships and like, oh, I need to talk to you, automatically the other person automatically in defense mode. And then it becomes a thing of, oh, well, I felt this way when you did that. Well, I only did that because you did this. And what about, I don't say nothing. And my thing is, you got to stick to the one, whoever brought it up first.
Yeah.
Just act like, oh well, I should have brought it up to her so I could have got her on her stuff. No, you just got to be like, look, whatever problem, say if Tracy comes to you with a problem, Josh, I'm sick and tired of you doing whatever. At that point, you need to just stick with that. We just focus on Tracy validating how she feels, understanding why she feels the way she feels, and not don't cast it back on her and say like, all right, well, we playing tennis now. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, right.
Let's sit there and focus on that one thing. But I think a lot of times in relationships, what happened is because, and we all understand that it's in a relationship, it's never one person who takes all the blame for everything. Everybody has a part to play.
That's right.
But it's up to us to understand where, because you may not feel like you made a mistake. There's plenty of times, well, no, I probably know I made a mistake, but I know I made a mistake. But but the thing about it is that we don't want to take ownership because we feel like, no, I only made this mistake because of what you've done. So I need you to take accountability for what you've done. And what you're in the middle of doing that, what you're doing is saying that your feelings and how I make you feel is not valid in this part of our relationship. And what happens is the more that happens is the person begins to shut down. So now you have a thing where now people don't feel like they can come talk to you because they understand if I come bring up a situation about something, you're going to turn into something that I did, 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
And I
Hey, ladies.
for weeks without talking to you.
Yes, she will. She'll go whole month. She'll go whole month and when one ain't saying nothing to you. Let me tell you, hey, don't forget the power of pillow talk. Man, pillow talk disarms us so wonderfully, but use it. It's powerful. It's nothing like giving your man some good sex and then having some pillow talk, and then you can say every single thing that you want to say, and he's completely disarmed.
I think I know we're finna wrap it up. The final thing I wanted to say, Reverend J, is I think a prime example of change, and when it comes to the saying, people say you can't make a person change. I don't think it's about making them change. I think as we walk this life, finding our destination to who we want to be with, can that person make me better? And the person that I think made a great example in these last 5 years was Sierra. I don't care about her being a celebrity. The point I'm making is this: she seemed to be ratchet, hood, all the above when she was with the guy Future. She got with Russell Simmons. He was a different caliber when it came to a man.
Russell Wilson.
Wilson.
I was gonna say Simpson.
I meant Wilson. My apologies. But my point is that even with me, I'm a Christian, but I'm still rough around the edges. I don't know what God waiting on, but what I pray for, one of the things I pray for is someone who smooths my edges out. Because as you know, Rev, you've been on the show with me a while enough to know that I talk loud. I'm fun, I'm energetic, but I get angry sometimes. We all get angry, but I need that. I'm not talking about income wise, but I'm talking about that Russell Simmons type of guy to say, I got you.
Well, I think
that helps me learn more. That takes me to a whole another direction. But for whatever reason, I keep running into them during futures. I don't know what.
I think that should change before you find that guy, because sometimes you may be driving because of how you are. You could be driving away the person that God has for you because of how you are. Like for example,
he had cankles, and I turned him away.
Oh my God, y'all listen here. Listen. Look, that's a whole nother show. I can tell y'all about that one. That's a whole nother show.
Just because he had cankles.
Better bring up another show.
Girl,
but no, have it.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Is he a good?
Treat you nice.
It's not
You don't want her anymore.
Say again.
No, I haven't reached out to him. I'm not gonna reach out to him. I wouldn't mislead him like that. I'm not attracted to him like that. But I could tell you one guy that really showed me that he truly want me, and I call his name out. His name was Carl. His name is Carl. He's still leaving.
Let's go on Facebook.
If I tell you, no, we're not Facebook friends. We never became Facebook friends or anything like that. But if I tell you this man did put the effort in to show that he wanted to date me and even wanted to take the steps to make it more than dating.
Oh, wow.
And I told him no. And I'm beating myself up for that.
She got scared. She's got scared.
No, this is the first time I went with my heart instead of my mind. And I don't know. You know, they always say, go with what's in your heart. And I did. And that was the biggest mistake I made because the route that I went failed dramatically. So
that's a whole different show.
I really hate.
We got to bring you back for a different show. In some cases, you have to lead go with your heart, but at the same time, though, you have to use your head. Because when it comes down to real marriage, it's going to be about compatibility. So if and all those feelings will go away, and you have to have some. And you have to say, okay, how do we match up? And you have to. Yeah. So, but no, that's good stuff though. You know, guys, it's been an hour and a half.
Right? We only gonna be here for an hour. Okay.
We started talking about a show about one baby daddy pay for the rest of the baby daddy's kid and to eat. But somehow, I'm sure all this good relationship advice can help that young lady stop getting angry and throwing the fries into that one man's face who's trying to take care of his kid, and maybe she'll keep him.
Yeah.
Look at this. So, as you talking about that, look at this. People will change for what they value.
Yeah,
I like that.
When you become valuable to that person, they will change for you.
Come on, Rev.
So this is for all my singles out there. If you want to be somebody to wife you, you got to be valuable to the person. And again, you got to find out who that person is. But that's a whole different show. But come back next week or next month.
You're so stupid.
Hey, that's what you need to do soon. Invite me back on the show for that topic. Come on.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Please don't, because we will go ham.
I want to thank all the guests. We definitely gonna have you guys back on. You know, all the comments.
Fun,
I mean, I look at this. One other reason why I started this show was because really, I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot. I've done some good things. I've done some bad things, but I've learned. And I don't want someone younger than me have to go through what I went through to learn what I've learned today. Yeah. So I think by doing this, I believe we learn through conversations, and I believe that somebody's gonna watch this video and they're gonna hear all your different perspectives, all your different comments, and they're gonna say, you know what? Okay, that's what I need to do. Maybe I'm gonna stop doing that and change and actually get what I want. So hopefully, I know it's gonna be a great video once it's all said and done. I want to thank everybody for the comments. Brandy.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Hey. Cassandra.
Brady says Savannah's funny. Thank you, Brandy.
Yes. That's Coach B. That's my cousin, Coach B. There, we gotta get back on the show in a while. Lady V, thanks for the comments. Everyone, thanks for watching the show. Once again, I want to thank Isaac for coming on.
Yes.
Hey.
Savannah, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Welcome.
Woo!
I want to thank my wife for coming on, Tracy. Thank you.
Nice to meet you,
Yay,
Nice
Tracy.
to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, Tracy.
And guys, once again, this is the end of our show. Once again, for all those who may not know who I am, I'm Rev J, and this is my co-host, Joy.
Yes, guys. And like always, never let anybody steal your joy.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.